Before you scroll, stop for a moment. This is not just another message. This is for you. Right now, in this exact moment, something inside you needed to hear this. Not tomorrow, not later, but now. You didn't arrive here randomly. You were guided here gently, intentionally, because your heart has been carrying something quietly, and today I am speaking into it. I see what you've been holding. I see the weight you don't talk about. I see the thoughts that visit you when everything becomes quiet. And I want you to hear this clearly. Nothing about your situation has changed who I am. I am still the same. The same in your confusion. The same in your waiting. The same in your silence. I have not stepped back because things became difficult. I have not reduced my love because you feel tired. I have not changed my mind about you. What I spoke over your life still stands. Even now, you've been wondering if the delay means something is wrong. You've been asking yourself questions you didn't use to ask. Maybe you thought this would have happened by now. Maybe you believed things would look different by this point. And slowly, without even noticing, doubt started speaking. But listen to me carefully. The delay is not denial. The silence is not abandonment. You are not forgotten. You are in the middle of something, not at the end of it. There are things happening that you cannot yet see. Pieces are being aligned. Doors are being prepared. And just as important, you are being prepared. Because what is coming into your life requires a stronger version of you. Not a perfect version, but a ready one. I know the nights you sat with your thoughts. I know the moments when you felt like giving up quietly, not loudly, not dramatically, but slowly, where hope starts to shrink and expectations become smaller, just so your heart doesn't get hurt again. I know that place, and I am speaking directly into it. Do not shrink what I placed inside you. Do not lower your expectations because the wait feels long. Do not let fear rewrite what I already promised. Fear has been whispering to you like it knows your future, but it doesn't. Fear only understands delay. I understand purpose, and I am telling you, what I started in your life is still moving forward. Even now, there are things you were protected from that you never saw. Situations that could have reached you but didn't. Paths that looked right but were not meant for you. Doors that closed and left you confused. You thought it was rejection, but it was protection. You thought it was a setback, but it was direction. I was guiding you even when you didn't recognize it, and I am still guiding you now. There is a place I am leading you toward, a place of real peace, not temporary calm, not empty comfort, but real stability in the areas that have felt uncertain. And you are closer than you think. I know it doesn't feel that way. From where you are standing, the distance looks long, unclear, uncertain. But you are not seeing what I see. You are seeing one step. I am holding the entire path, so I am asking you for something simple. Trust me in this step. Not the whole journey, just this step. Move forward without needing every answer. Keep going without needing full clarity. Keep believing even when the evidence around you feels incomplete, because what you see is not the full truth. I am, and I am still working in your life. There is strength being rebuilt inside you. There is peace being restored in quiet ways. There is something forming within you that will carry you into your next season with more depth, more understanding, and more stability than before. This is not wasted time. This is not a forgotten season. This is preparation. And one day you will see it. You will look back and understand what you cannot understand right now. You will see how things were aligning, how timing was being arranged, how even the delays had meaning. You will come through this, not barely, not broken, but stronger, clearer, more grounded. So don't give up here. Don't stop here. Don't let this moment convince you that nothing is happening, because something is happening. Even now, if this message is speaking to your heart, type, "I trust this process," in the comments as your declaration. And if these words brought even a little peace into your life, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this today. And if you feel happy with these words and want to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Stay with me. Don't leave here early, because what comes next will help you understand what is really happening in your life right now, and it can truly change the way you walk through this season. Something inside you has been asking how much longer. You haven't always said it out loud, but it has been there, quietly repeating in your thoughts. In the moments when you pause, in the moments when you look at your life and wonder why certain things have not yet changed, in the moments when you expected progress, but instead you found yourself still waiting. I have heard every one of those questions, and I am not offended by them. I am not distant from them. I am answering you now. There is a difference between waiting and being stuck, and you are not stuck. You are being positioned. I know it feels like stillness. I know it feels like nothing is moving. But what you call stillness is often where the deepest work is happening, because not all progress is visible. Some of the most important changes in your life are happening beneath the surface, where your eyes cannot measure them, but your future will depend on them. You have been measuring your life by what you can see, by results, by timelines, by visible outcomes, but I measure differently. I look at what is forming inside you. I see the strength that is being built quietly. I see the patience that is growing even when you feel frustrated. I see the resilience that is developing every time you choose to keep going instead of giving up, and these things matter more than you realize. Because what I am preparing for you requires more than desire. It requires capacity. And capacity is built in hidden seasons. You have asked me for change. You have asked me for breakthrough. You have asked me for answers, and I am not ignoring those requests. I am aligning them, because there are things connected to your future that you cannot see yet. People, opportunities, timing, and conditions that must come together in a way that only I can arrange. If I moved too early, you would step into something incomplete. If I delayed too long, you would feel overwhelmed. So I am moving with precision. Even when it feels slow to you, even when it feels silent. Fear has tried to convince you that nothing is happening. But fear does not understand process. Fear only understands immediacy. It wants quick results, instant answers, visible confirmation. But the life I am building in you is not shallow. It is deep, and depth takes time. You are not falling behind. You are being rooted. You are not missing out. You are being prepared. And I need you to stop comparing your timeline to others, because what I am doing in your life is not meant to look like what I am doing in someone else's life. Your journey is specific. Your path is intentional, and your timing is designed for you. There are things you have seen in others that made you question yourself. You wondered, why them and not me? Why now for them and not for me? But you are not seeing the full story. You are seeing moments, not the process behind those moments. And if you could see everything I see, you would not rush your timing. You would trust it. Because what is coming into your life is not random. It is matched to you. It fits your calling. It aligns with your growth, and it will arrive at the right time. Not your time, the right time. There is something else I want you to understand. The silence you have been experiencing is not empty. It is active. It is the kind of silence that exists when something is being built. Think about a foundation. It is laid quietly, without attention, without applause. But everything that comes after depends on it. That is what is happening in your life right now. A foundation is being strengthened. Your trust is being deepened. Your dependence on me is becoming real, not just words. And this matters, because when what you have been praying for arrives, you will need this foundation to hold it. I know you have been tired, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Tired of holding on, tired of waiting, tired of trying to stay strong. And I am not asking you to pretend you are not tired. I am asking you to lean on me in your tiredness, because your strength was never meant to carry everything. You were never designed to do this alone. That is why I am here. not watching from a distance, but walking with you, supporting you, holding you up in ways you do not always notice. The moments when you felt like you would break, but didn't. The days when you thought you had no strength left, but you kept going. That was not just you, that was me, sustaining you. And I am still sustaining you now. You are not as alone as you feel. You are not as far as you think. You are not as weak as fear has told you. There is more strength in you than you realize, because I am the source of it, and I am not finished with you, not even close. There is still more ahead of you, more clarity, more peace, more restoration, more answers, and yes, more joy, real joy. The kind that is not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in something deeper. And you will experience it. But for now, stay where you are in the process. Do not run ahead. Do not turn back. Keep walking with me, step by step, day by day, trusting even when you don't fully understand. Because understanding will come, but trust must come first. And I am worthy of that trust. If you are choosing to keep trusting even in this season, type, "I will not give up," in the comments as your declaration. And if this message is helping you see your situation differently, share it with someone who might need this reminder today. Stay with me. Don't miss what comes next, because the next part will reveal why this season has been necessary and what it is producing in your life right now. Look at me for a moment. Not with your eyes, but with your heart. Because there is something I need you to understand right now. What you are feeling is real, but it is not the full truth. You feel pressure. You feel uncertainty. You feel like things should have shifted by now. And because of that, your mind has started trying to make sense of it in ways that are slowly draining your peace. You have been trying to figure everything out, trying to connect every delay to a reason, trying to understand every silence, trying to control what was never meant to be controlled. And it is exhausting you. But hear me clearly. You were never meant to carry the responsibility of understanding everything. You were only meant to trust me through it. There is a difference. And right now, that difference matters more than ever. Because the more you try to force understanding, the more restless you become. But the moment you shift into trust, something inside you begins to settle. Not because everything suddenly makes sense, but because you no longer need it to. I know you want clarity. I know you want answers. I know you want to see how everything will work out. But if I showed you everything right now, you would rely on what you see instead of relying on me. And what I am building in you is deeper than that. I am building trust that does not depend on visibility. Faith that does not depend on immediate evidence. Strength that does not collapse when things feel uncertain. And this kind of strength is not built in easy seasons. It is built right here, where you are, in the waiting, in the questions, in the moments where you choose to keep going, even when you don't feel sure. You have been stronger than you think. You have held on in ways you didn't even recognize. There were days when your faith felt small, but you still showed up. There were moments when doubt was loud, but you didn't walk away. There were times when you felt empty, but you still believed something could change. And I saw all of it. Every small act of trust, every quiet decision to keep going, every moment you chose not to give up. None of it was wasted. None of it was unnoticed. You think, I only see the big moments, but I see the small ones even more clearly, because those are the moments that reveal your heart. And your heart, even in its struggle, has been reaching toward me. That matters, more than you know. There is something else you need to release. The belief that you have to be perfect for me to move in your life. You have been harder on yourself than I have ever been on you. You have replayed your mistakes. You have questioned your worth. You have wondered if you somehow disqualified yourself from what you were hoping for. But that is not how I work. I am not measuring you the way you measure yourself. I am not counting your failures the way your mind does. I am looking at your direction, and you are still turning toward me. even when it's messy, even when it's imperfect, even when you don't feel strong. And that is enough. You have not lost your place. You have not ruined your future. You have not delayed my plan beyond repair. My grace is not limited by your mistakes, and my purpose for your life is not canceled by your struggles. So stop carrying guilt that I have already released. Stop holding on to things that I have already forgiven. You are not meant to move forward while still dragging your past behind you. Let it go. Not because it didn't matter, but because it no longer defines you. You are still becoming. You are still growing. You are still moving forward, even if it feels slow. And I am still working in your life. There are changes happening inside you that you don't yet recognize. Your thinking is shifting. Your perspective is expanding. Your dependence on me is becoming real in a way it never was before. And this is preparing you for what comes next. Because what is ahead of you is not just about receiving something new, it is about becoming someone new, someone stronger, someone wiser, someone more grounded. And this version of you is being formed right now, not later, now. So do not despise this season, do not rush through it, do not treat it like something to escape, because it is shaping you in ways that will matter for the rest of your life. One day you will look back and realize that this season did more for you than you understood while you were in it. You will see how it changed you, how it strengthened you, how it prepared you, and you will be grateful you didn't give up here. So stay in the process, stay in the growth, stay connected to me, even when it feels quiet, even when it feels slow, even when it feels uncertain. Because I am not absent in this season, I am active, and I am leading you forward step by step. If you are choosing to let go of your past and move forward, type, "I release it and move ahead" in the comments. And if this message helped you breathe a little easier today, share it with someone who may be carrying the same weight. Stay with me, because in the next part, I will show you what is being prepared for you on the other side of the season, and why it will be worth the wait. Be still for a moment, not around you, but within you. Because the noise you are fighting right now is not only outside of you, it is inside your thoughts. It is in the constant replay of what if, in the quiet pressure of why not yet, in the silent fear that something may not work out the way you hoped. And that noise has been pulling your focus away from what is actually true. So I'm calling you back to stillness, back to trust, back to me. Because when your mind is overwhelmed, your vision becomes unclear. And when your vision becomes unclear, you begin to interpret your life through fear instead of truth. You start believing things that are not real. You start assuming outcomes that have not been decided. You start carrying burdens that were never given to you. And slowly, your peace begins to slip away. But listen to me carefully. You do not need to solve everything to have peace. You only need to stay connected to me. Peace does not come from having all the answers. Peace comes from knowing who is in control, even when you don't have the answers. And I am still in control. Nothing has slipped out of my hands. Nothing has surprised me. Nothing in your life has become too complicated for me to handle. Even the situation you are thinking about right now, the one that has been sitting heavy on your heart, I see every detail of it. Not just the surface, but the deeper layers you cannot see. I see how it started. I see what is feeding it. I see where it is going. And I already have a way through it. But you cannot walk in that way if your mind is filled with fear. Because fear will keep you focused on the problem instead of trusting the path. That is why I am asking you to quiet your thoughts. Not by force, but by surrender. Release the need to control outcomes. Release the pressure to figure everything out. Release the fear that keeps telling you something is going wrong. Because something is not going wrong. Something is being worked out. There is a difference. And once you begin to understand that difference, your heart will begin to rest again. You have been carrying too much on your own. Thinking it is your responsibility. Thinking you have to hold everything together. Thinking that if you don't stay alert, something will fall apart. But you were never meant to live like that. You were not created to live in constant tension. You were created to live in trust. And trust does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part and releasing what is not yours. Your part is to keep moving forward, to keep showing up, to keep believing. My part is to handle what you cannot, and I am already doing that, even now. You may not see it, but things are shifting, small changes are happening, connections are being formed, answers are moving closer, and timing is being aligned. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean there is no movement. Some of the greatest changes happen quietly. Like the dawn, it does not arrive all at once. It comes slowly. First, the darkness begins to soften. Then shapes begin to appear. Then light begins to rise, until suddenly everything is clear. That is what I am doing in your life. The light is already on its way. You are not waiting for something that may or may not happen. You are moving towards something that is already in motion. So stop speaking as if your story is uncertain. Stop thinking as if nothing is coming. Stop believing the lie that this is how things will always be. This is not your final place. This is a passage, and you are moving through it. There is something ahead of you that will make sense of what you are going through right now. Something that will connect the dots. Something that will show you why things had to happen the way they did. And when you see it, you will understand. Not partially, but clearly. You will see how I was guiding you, how I was protecting you, how I was preparing you, even in the moments you thought I was silent. So do not let this season harden your heart. Do not let waiting turn into bitterness. Do not let delay turn into doubt. Instead, let this season deepen you. Let it strengthen your trust. Let it bring you closer to me, because that closeness is what will carry you through. Not your strength, not your understanding, not your control, but your connection to me. That is where your peace is. That is where your clarity is. That is where your strength comes from. And I am right here. Not far. Not distant. Not waiting for you to figure everything out. I am here, with you, in this moment, walking with you, guiding you, holding you steady. You are not alone in this, and you never have been. So breathe again. Slow down your thoughts. Release what you cannot control. And trust me with what you cannot see, because I am already working it out. If you are choosing to release control and trust me fully, type "I surrender and trust" in the comments. And if this message is helping you find peace in this season, share it with someone who needs to be reminded that they are not alone. Stay with me. Do not leave yet, because what comes next will reveal what is waiting for you on the other side of this season, and why it will be greater than you expected. Come closer, not physically, but in your attention, because what I am about to speak now is something your heart has been trying to understand for a long time. You have been focused on what you lost, on what didn't work, on what didn't stay, and without realizing it, you have been measuring your life through those moments. You have been asking, why did that happen? Why did that door close? Why did that relationship change? Why did that opportunity slip away? And those questions have been sitting in your spirit, unanswered, creating a quiet confusion that has made it harder for you to fully trust what is ahead. But I want to shift your perspective, because what you thought was loss was not always loss. Sometimes it was removal. And removal is not the same as rejection. There are things that had to leave your life because they were not aligned with where you are going. There were connections that could not go with you into your next season. There were opportunities that looked right but were not right for you. And if they had stayed, they would have delayed what I am preparing for you now. I know it didn't feel that way when it happened. I know it felt confusing. I know it felt painful. I know it felt like something was taken from you. But I was not taking from you to leave you empty. I was clearing space, because what I am bringing into your life requires room. And sometimes, before I add, I remove. This is something you must understand if you want peace in this season. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Some things are assignments that have ended. Some things are chapters that have closed. Some things are weights that you were never meant to carry into your future. And I know, you tried to hold on. You tried to fix it. You tried to make it work. You gave effort. You gave time. You gave your heart. But there are moments when letting go is not failure, it is alignment. Because you cannot hold on to what is not meant for you and still receive what is. Your hands cannot be full of the past and open to the future at the same time. So I allowed certain things to leave, not to hurt you, but to position you. And now you are in the space between what was and what is coming. And this space feels uncomfortable because it is unfamiliar, because it is quiet, because it does not yet reflect the fullness of what is ahead. But this space is necessary. This is where clarity grows. This is where your heart resets. This is where your priorities shift. This is where you begin to see things differently. And this is where your trust is being refined. Because in this space, you cannot rely on what used to be. You have to rely on me. And that is not weakness. That is strength being built at its deepest level. There is something waiting for you that will not require you to force it. It will not require you to chase it. It will not require you to lose yourself to keep it. It will align with you. It will meet you where you are becoming, not where you used to be. And when it arrives, there will be a different kind of peace attached to it. Not anxiety, not confusion, not constant questioning, but peace. Because what is meant for you will not fight your growth. It will support it. It will not pull you away from who you are becoming. It will confirm it. And that is what I am preparing for you. So stop looking back with regret. Stop replaying what is already behind you. Stop questioning decisions that have already served their purpose. You are not going backward. You are moving forward. And forward requires release. There is no future in what you keep trying to hold on to. Your future is in what you are willing to trust me with. And I am not leading you into something less. I am leading you into something better, something more aligned, something more stable, something more true to who you are becoming. But you must trust me enough to let go of what is no longer part of your path, even if you don't fully understand it yet, even if it still feels unfinished, even if part of you still wishes it could have been different. Trust me, because I see what you cannot see, and I am leading you where you cannot yet imagine. This is not the end of your story. This is a transition, and transitions always feel uncertain before they become clear. But clarity is coming. Alignment is coming. Peace is coming. And what is ahead of you will not make you wish you stayed where you were. It will make you understand why you couldn't. If you are ready to let go of what is behind you and trust what is ahead, type "I release the past and receive what's next" in the comments. And if this message is helping you see your situation differently, share it with someone who needs this encouragement today. And if these words are adding value to your life and you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Stay with me until the end, because what is coming next will help you recognize the signs that your breakthrough is closer than you think, and how to prepare your heart to receive it. Pay attention to this, because what you are feeling right now is not random. There is a shift happening inside you. You may not fully understand it yet, but you can sense it. Something is changing. The way you think is changing. The way you respond is changing. The way you see things is changing. And even though everything around you may not look different yet, something within you is no longer the same. This is how transformation begins. Not outside, but inside. You have been asking for change in your life. You have been asking for new doors, new opportunities, new direction. But before I change your environment, I change your inner foundation. Because if your inner world does not shift, your outer world will not sustain what you are asking for. So, what you are experiencing right now is not confusion. It is transition. Old ways of thinking are losing their hold on you. Things that once made sense no longer feel right. Things you used to tolerate, you are starting to question. Things you used to chase, you are beginning to release. And this can feel uncomfortable, because you are no longer who you were, but you are not yet fully who you are becoming. You are in between. And this, in between, space often feels uncertain. But it is necessary, because this is where identity is reshaped. This is where clarity is formed. This is where your alignment with me becomes deeper and more real. You are not losing yourself, you are finding yourself. But the version of you that is emerging is not built on fear. It is not built on pressure. It is not built on the need for approval. It is built on truth. It is built on trust. It is built on a deeper connection with me. And that kind of foundation changes everything. You have noticed that some things no longer satisfy you the way they used to. Conversations feel different. Priorities feel different. Even your desires are shifting. And part of you has been wondering, what is happening to me? This is what is happening. You are outgrowing what no longer fits your purpose. And growth always requires separation. You cannot grow into something new while staying attached to everything old. So I am gently leading you away from what is no longer aligned, not to isolate you, but to reposition you. There are new connections that will come into your life, people who will understand you in ways others could not, opportunities that will match your growth, environments that will support who you are becoming. But before those things arrive, you must become ready to receive them. And readiness begins within. You are also becoming more sensitive to your own peace. You are starting to recognize what disturbs it and what protects it. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. Because peace is not something you find by accident. It is something you learn to protect. And I am teaching you how to protect it. Not by controlling everything around you, but by staying anchored in me. Because when you are anchored in me, your peace is not easily shaken. You have also been feeling moments of clarity. Brief, but powerful. Moments where everything makes sense. Moments where you feel calm even without having all the answers. Those moments are not random. They are glimpses of where I am leading you. They are reminders that peace is already available to you, even in this season. And I want you to begin trusting those moments more than your fears, because your fears are based on assumptions. But those moments of peace that come from me, there is something else happening that you need to recognize. Your dependence on external validation is breaking. You are no longer seeking approval the same way. You are no longer chasing acceptance at the cost of your peace. You are starting to value alignment over approval. And this is a powerful shift, because when you stop living for validation, you start living in purpose. You start making decisions that are true, not just comfortable. You start choosing what is right, not just what is easy. And this is how your life begins to change. Not all at once, but steadily, deeply, permanently. So do not be afraid of this shift. Do not resist it. Do not try to go back to what felt familiar but no longer fits. You have outgrown that place, and going back will only create more confusion. Move forward, even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels new, even if it feels uncomfortable, because forward is where your alignment is, and alignment is where your peace is. I am not taking anything from you without purpose. I am not changing you without reason. I am shaping you into someone who can carry what is coming, someone who can sustain it, someone who will not lose themselves in it, and you are already becoming that person. Step by step, day by day, change is happening, growth is happening, and you are moving closer to the life you have been praying for. Even if you cannot fully see it yet, trust the process, trust the shift, trust what I am doing inside you, because what is forming within you will soon reflect around you. If you can feel this change happening in your life, type, I embrace this new version of me. in the comments. And if this message is helping you understand yourself better, share it with someone who may be going through the same transition. Stay with me, because in the next part, I will reveal how to recognize the signs that your breakthrough is near and what you must do to be ready for it. Listen closely, because what you are about to understand will change how you see this entire season. You have been asking for a sign, something clear, something undeniable, something that tells you, yes, you are on the right path. And because you have not seen it in the way you expected, you started to think, maybe it is not coming. But what if I told you? The signs are already around you. You just have not been recognizing them, because you have been looking for loud confirmation, while I have been giving you quiet assurance. You have been expecting something dramatic, while I have been working in subtle ways. And if you do not learn how to recognize these signs, you will miss the evidence that your breakthrough is closer than you think. So let me show you what to look for. One of the first signs is this: things that once disturbed you no longer have the same power over you. You are calmer in situations that used to trigger you. You are responding differently. You are not reacting the same way you used to. And part of you may think, why am I changing like this? This is not weakness. This is growth. This is me strengthening your inner world, so your outer world does not control you. Because where you are going, you cannot carry the same reactions you had before. Another sign is this: you are becoming more aware of what drains you. You can feel it now. Certain environments, certain conversations, certain habits, they no longer sit right with you. And this awareness is not random. It is direction. I am showing you what no longer belongs in your life, not to confuse you, but to guide you. Because before I bring something new, I reveal what needs to be released, and you are starting to see clearly now. Another sign: you are feeling moments of peace without explanation. Nothing has fully changed yet, but suddenly you feel calm, you feel steady. You feel like everything will be okay, even when you don't know how. Those moments are not accidents. That is my presence. That is me reminding you that I am with you, even before the breakthrough becomes visible, and you must learn to trust that peace, because it is leading you. Another sign: you are starting to detach from outcomes. You still care, you still hope, but you are no longer holding things with the same fear. You are beginning to release control. And this is important, because control blocks what trust allows. And what I am bringing into your life requires open hands, not clenched ones. You are learning to let go, and that is preparing you to receive. Another sign: things that are not aligned are becoming harder to maintain. You may have noticed this. Situations that once worked are no longer working. Efforts that once brought results are now feeling stuck. And you may be wondering why. It is not because you are failing. It is because I am closing what is not meant to continue. Because where you are going, you cannot carry everything with you. And I am making that clear, even when it feels uncomfortable. Another sign: your desire for deeper meaning is increasing. You are no longer satisfied with surface-level living. You want more clarity, more purpose, more truth. And this desire is not random. It is preparation. Because I am leading you into a life that is not shallow, a life that has depth, a life that reflects growth, a life that carries meaning, and that requires a deeper understanding, which is forming in you now. These are your signs. Not loud, but real. And if you pay attention, you will see them clearly. You are not waiting for your breakthrough. You are walking toward it. Every step you are taking, every change happening inside you, every realization you are having, it is all leading you forward. And I need you to stop doubting your progress. Just because it is not loud does not mean it is not real. Just because it is not fast does not mean it is not happening. You are moving. You are growing. You are becoming ready. And readiness is what brings the breakthrough into your life. Because when you are ready, you will not only receive it, you will sustain it. That is why this process matters. That is why this season matters. That is why your growth matters. Nothing you are going through right now is without purpose. Nothing is random. Nothing is wasted. It is all connected, and it is all leading somewhere. So instead of asking, when will it happen? Start recognizing that it is already unfolding. Shift your focus from waiting to becoming, from worrying to trusting, from doubting to believing. Because the more you align with what I am doing, the more clearly you will see where you are going. And where you are going is not uncertain. It is prepared. It is intentional. It is already in motion. If you can recognize even one of these signs in your life, type, "I see the signs clearly now," in the comments. And if this message helped you understand your journey better, share it with someone who may need this clarity today. Stay with me until the end, because in the next part, I will show you what you must do right now to step fully into what is coming, and how to position yourself for the breakthrough that is already on its way. Right now, in this very moment, I want your full attention, because this is where everything begins to shift. You have been waiting for change to happen around you, but now I am calling you to respond within you. Because breakthrough is not something that suddenly appears out of nowhere. It is something you step into. And the way you step into it is by how you position your heart right now. This is the part many people miss. They wait for everything to be perfect before they move. They wait for clarity before they trust. They wait for results before they believe. But that is not how this works. You do not wait for the breakthrough to act. You prepare for it before it arrives. And I'm showing you how to do that now. First, guard your thoughts. Because your thoughts shape your direction. You have allowed certain thoughts to repeat in your mind for too long. Thoughts of doubt. Thoughts of fear. Thoughts that say, what if it doesn't happen? And those thoughts have been quietly influencing your emotions, your decisions, your energy. But those thoughts are not from me, and you must learn to recognize that. Because if you do not guard your thoughts, you will start walking in the wrong direction without even realizing it. So when fear speaks, do not agree with it. When doubt rises, do not entertain it. Replace it with truth. Remind yourself, I am still working, I am still moving, I am still leading. Because what you repeat in your mind becomes what you start to believe. And what you believe shapes how you live. Second, protect your peace. You are entering a season where your peace will matter more than ever. Because what is coming into your life will require clarity. And clarity cannot exist in chaos. So you must become intentional about what you allow into your space. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every conversation deserves your attention. Not every situation requires your involvement. You must learn to step back from what drains you. You must learn to say no to what disturbs your peace. Not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Because protecting your peace is not selfish, it is necessary. Third, stay consistent in small steps. You have been looking for big change, but I work through consistent steps. Daily decisions, small actions, simple obedience. Because big transformations are built through small, repeated choices. So do not underestimate what you are doing right now. Every time you choose to trust instead of worry. Every time you choose to move forward instead of staying stuck. Every time you choose to believe instead of doubt. You are stepping closer to your breakthrough. Even if it feels small. Even if it feels unnoticed. It matters. Fourth, release urgency. This is important because urgency creates pressure, and pressure leads to fear, and fear blocks trust. You have been feeling like time is running out, like things should have already happened, like you are behind, but you are not behind. You are on time. My timing is not rushed. It is precise. And what I am doing in your life is not late. It is aligned. So stop rushing the process. Stop trying to force what is not ready. Because forcing creates frustration, but trusting creates flow. And I am leading you into flow, not struggle. Fifth, stay connected to me. Not only when things feel heavy, but in every moment, in your quiet time, in your daily routine, in your thoughts, in your decisions. Because connection is what keeps you grounded. And when you are grounded, you do not get shaken easily. You do not get distracted easily. You do not lose your direction easily. Because you are anchored. And that anchor is me. This is how you position yourself. Not by waiting, but by becoming. Not by forcing, but by aligning. Not by controlling, but by trusting. And when you live like this, you naturally step into what is coming. Because you are ready for it. You have been asking, what should I do? This is what you do. You align your thoughts. You protect your peace. You stay consistent. You release urgency. You stay connected to me. And as you do this, things will begin to open. Not all at once, but clearly. Doors will begin to appear. Opportunities will begin to align. Answers will begin to show. And when they do, you will recognize them, because you will be ready. This is not complicated, but it is intentional, and it requires your participation. I am already doing my part. Now I am asking you to do yours. Not perfectly, but faithfully. Step by step, day by day. Trusting that what is coming is already on its way. You are not waiting anymore. You are preparing. You are not stuck anymore. You are positioning. You are not lost anymore. You are being led. And everything you are doing right now matters more than you realize. If you are ready to position yourself for what is coming, type, I am ready and aligned in the comments. And if this message is helping you take the right steps in this season, share it with someone who needs this guidance today. Stay with me, because what comes next will reveal what will happen when everything finally comes together, and how your life will begin to change in ways you did not expect. There is something I need you to understand now, something deeper than everything I have said so far. You have been focused on when things will change, but I want you to begin focusing on what will happen when they do. Because your breakthrough is not just about receiving something, it is about stepping into a completely different level of your life. And if you only focus on the arrival, you may miss the responsibility that comes with it. What I am bringing into your life is not small. It is not temporary. It is not something that will come and go quickly. It is something that will shape your future. And that is why this preparation matters so much. Because when it arrives, you will need to be ready to hold it without losing yourself. You have asked for more peace, more stability, more clarity, more opportunity. And I am answering those prayers. But more requires growth. Because if your mindset stays the same, more will become overwhelming instead of a blessing. So I am expanding you. I am stretching your understanding. I am strengthening your inner foundation, so that when what you have been praying for arrives, you will not feel lost inside it. You will feel aligned with it. There is a version of your life that is already prepared, a version where things begin to flow more naturally, where confusion is replaced with clarity, where effort is met with results, where the heaviness you have been carrying begins to lift. That version of your life is real. It is not something you imagined. It is not something you created to comfort yourself. It is something I have already planned. But stepping into that life requires a shift, and that shift is happening right now. You are learning to think differently, to respond differently, to trust differently, and these changes may feel small, but they are powerful, because your life does not change all at once. It changes through the way you show up each day, and you are already showing up differently. You are becoming more aware, more intentional, more grounded, and this is preparing you for what is ahead. There is also something else that will happen. When your breakthrough arrives, you will realize that you are not the same person anymore. You will look back at this version of yourself, the one who was struggling, the one who was questioning, the one who was trying to hold everything together, and you will see how much you have grown. You will see how strong you became. You will see how much your mindset changed. And you will understand why this season was necessary. Because without this season, you would not be able to handle what is coming. You would not be able to appreciate it. You would not be able to sustain it. So, this season is not delaying your life. It is preparing you for your life. And there is a difference. You are not being held back. You are being built up. You are not being denied. You are being developed. And once you fully understand this, your frustration will begin to turn into trust. Because you will see that nothing you are going through is meaningless. Everything has purpose. Everything has direction. Everything is leading somewhere. You have also been wondering, will things really change? And I am telling you, yes, they will. Not because circumstances randomly shift, but because I am actively working in your life. There are things being aligned that you cannot see. There are opportunities forming that you cannot yet access. There are answers coming together that you do not yet understand, but they are real, and they are moving toward you. The moment will come when things begin to connect, when what felt separate starts to make sense, when what felt delayed suddenly moves forward. And it will not feel forced. It will feel natural. It will feel right, because it will be aligned. And when that moment comes, you will not have to question it. You will recognize it, because everything inside you will be ready. That is why I am taking you through this process, not to make things harder, but to make things right. So stop doubting the outcome. Stop questioning whether something good is coming. Stop speaking as if your future is uncertain. Your future is not uncertain to me. It is already seen. It is already known. It is already prepared. And you are moving toward it, one step at a time. So keep going, keep trusting, keep aligning yourself with what I am doing. Because everything is coming together, even if you cannot see it yet. And when it does, you will understand why it had to happen this way. If you believe that your breakthrough is not just coming, but you are being prepared for it, type, "I am ready for what's coming," in the comments. And if this message is helping you stay focused and hopeful in this season, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Stay with me until the end, because in the next part, I will reveal what could delay your breakthrough and how to avoid it so you don't slow down what is already on its way. Be careful now, because this part matters more than you realize. You have heard what I am doing. You have felt the shift. You are beginning to understand that something is being prepared for you. But there is something that can slow you down, something that can delay what is already on its way if you are not aware of it. And I do not want you to miss what is meant for you because of something you can change right now. So listen closely. One of the biggest things that delays your breakthrough is holding on to what I already asked you to release. You cannot move forward while still clinging to what belongs behind you. You cannot step into new doors while standing in front of closed ones. And yet, you have been trying. You have been revisiting old thoughts, old hurts, old attachments, old expectations. And every time you go back, you slow your progress forward. I am not asking you to forget what happened. I am asking you to stop living in it, because your future cannot grow in the soil of your past. You must let go fully. Not halfway, not occasionally, but completely. Another thing that slows you down is overthinking. You have been thinking too much about things that require trust, not analysis. You keep trying to figure out every detail, every possibility, every outcome. And in doing so, you create confusion. Because the more you overthink, the more you move away from peace. I did not design your life to be controlled by constant mental pressure. I designed it to be led by trust. So when you feel yourself overthinking, pause. Return to me. Remind yourself, I do not need to understand everything to move forward. Because clarity does not always come before the step. Sometimes it comes after. Another thing you must watch is comparison. You have been looking at others, their progress, their results, their timing, and without realizing it, you have started questioning your own path. But comparison will always steal your peace, because you are comparing what you see to what you do not fully understand. You do not know their process. You do not know their timing. You do not know what they had to go through to get where they are. And more importantly, their path is not your path. What I am doing in your life is specific. It is intentional. It is designed for you. And the moment you start comparing, you disconnect from that design. So stay focused on your journey. Because your timing is not wrong, it is different. And different does not mean delayed. Another thing that can delay you is fear of moving forward. This is subtle but powerful because part of you wants change. But another part of you is afraid of it, afraid of the unknown, afraid of new responsibility, afraid of stepping into something unfamiliar. And that fear can make you hesitate. It can make you hold back. It can make you stay where you are, even when you are ready to move. But hear me clearly. You are not being led into something to harm you. You are being led into something to grow you. And growth will always feel unfamiliar at first. But unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. It means new. So do not let fear stop you from stepping forward when the time comes. Because when the door opens, you must be willing to walk through it. Another thing you must release is doubt in yourself. You have been questioning your ability, wondering if you are ready, wondering if you can handle what is coming, and that doubt has been quietly holding you back. But I would not prepare something for you if you were not capable of stepping into it. I am not setting you up to fail. I am preparing you to succeed. And everything you have been going through has been building the strength you need. So trust that. Trust what I have placed inside you. Trust the growth that has already happened because you are more ready than you feel. And finally, you must let go of impatience. This has been one of your biggest struggles. Wanting things to happen quickly, wanting answers now, wanting change immediately. But impatience creates pressure, and pressure leads to frustration, and frustration leads to doubt, and doubt slows everything down. But when you choose patience, you create space for peace. You create space for trust. You create space for alignment. And alignment is what allows everything to come together naturally. You do not have to force what is meant for you. You only need to stay aligned with it. So release what is slowing you down. Let go of the past. Stop overthinking. Refuse comparison. Move past fear. Believe in yourself. And choose patience. Because nothing meant for you is being taken away. It is being prepared. And the moment you fully align with that truth, you will feel lighter, clearer, stronger, and ready to step into what is already on its way. If you are ready to release everything that is slowing you down, type, "I let go," and move forward in the comments. And if this message is helping you stay focused and avoid distractions in this season, share it with someone who needs this guidance today. And if these words are helping you grow, and you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Take a deep breath, because what I am about to show you now is something your heart has been waiting to understand. You have been walking through this season not fully knowing what is ahead, but still hoping that something better is coming. And now, I want to give you a glimpse, not of every detail, but of what your life will begin to feel like when everything starts to align. Because your breakthrough is not just an event. It is a shift in how your life flows. It is a change in how things come together. It is a new rhythm, a new level, a new way of living that will feel different from what you have known before. And when it begins, you will recognize it. Not because everything suddenly becomes perfect, but because something inside you will feel settled. One of the first things you will notice is this. Things will begin to feel lighter. The constant pressure you have been carrying, the heaviness in your thoughts, the tension in your decisions, it will begin to lift. Not all at once, but gradually, like a weight being removed piece by piece. And you will start to breathe differently. You will start to think more clearly. You will start to move without that constant burden following you. Because what was weighing you down will no longer have the same hold on you. Another thing you will notice, clarity will replace confusion. Right now, you have questions. You have uncertainties. You have things that don't fully make sense. But when alignment comes, things will begin to connect. You will start to understand why certain things happened. You will see how different pieces of your life were leading you to this moment, and what once felt confusing will begin to feel purposeful. Not because everything changed, but because your perspective did. And that clarity will bring peace. Another thing, the right things will begin to flow. You will not have to force everything. You will not have to chase constantly. You will not have to struggle the way you used to, because what is aligned with you flows toward you. It meets you. It connects with you naturally. This does not mean there will be no effort, but it means the effort will feel different. It will feel right. It will feel supported. It will feel like things are finally moving with you instead of against you. You will also notice your relationships will shift. The right people will feel easier to be around. There will be understanding. There will be respect. There will be a sense of connection that does not require you to change who you are. And the wrong connections, they will naturally fall away. Not always dramatically, but clearly. Because you will no longer feel aligned with them, and that will not feel like loss anymore. It will feel like clarity. You will also experience a deeper peace within yourself, not just in moments, but as a steady presence. A peace that stays with you even when things are not perfect. A peace that is not easily shaken. A peace that reminds you, you are where you are meant to be. And this peace will become your foundation. You will make decisions from it. You will move from it. You will live from it. And that changes everything. You will also begin to trust yourself more. Right now, you question yourself. You second-guess your decisions. You wonder if you are doing the right thing. But when you step into alignment, that uncertainty will begin to fade, because you will feel more connected to me. And that connection will guide you. You will not need constant external validation. You will not need constant reassurance, because you will know within yourself that you are being led. And that confidence will grow stronger with time. Another thing you will notice, you will stop chasing what is not meant for you. Not because you gave up, but because you no longer feel the need to. You will recognize what aligns and what doesn't. You will choose peace over pressure. You will choose clarity over confusion. You will choose truth over temporary comfort, and that will protect you from going back into old patterns. This is what your new season looks like. Not perfect, but aligned. Not effortless, but supported. Not without challenges, but filled with peace. And you are moving toward it. Step by step, day by day, closer than you think. This is not just hope. This is direction. This is not just encouragement. This is truth. And everything you are going through right now is leading you here. So do not lose focus. Do not go back. Do not let doubt distract you. Keep moving forward. Because what is ahead of you will not feel like what you are leaving behind. It will feel better, clearer, stronger, and more aligned than anything you have experienced before. If you believe you are stepping into a new season of alignment, type "I receive this new season" in the comments. And if this message is helping you stay hopeful and focused, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Slow down and stay with me here, because stepping into a new season is not the final step. It is the beginning of a new responsibility. You have been preparing. You have been growing. You have been learning to trust. And as you move closer to alignment, there is something you must understand. What you receive, you must also learn to sustain. Because many people reach a new level, but they do not remain there, not because they were not meant for it, but because they were not ready to maintain it. And I do not want that for you. I am not only bringing you into something new, I am teaching you how to remain in it, because lasting peace, lasting clarity, lasting growth requires consistency. So listen carefully to what I am showing you now. The first thing you must protect is your mindset, because your mindset determines how you experience everything. You can be in the right place, with the right opportunities, surrounded by the right people. But if your thinking is still shaped by fear, doubt, and insecurity, you will not experience the fullness of what you have stepped into. So you must continue to guard your thoughts, even when things are going well, especially when things are going well. Do not allow old patterns of thinking to return. Do not allow fear to take control again. Do not allow doubt to rewrite what you already know is true, because what you allow in your mind will shape your reality. So stay aware, stay intentional, stay grounded in truth. The second thing, protect your peace. In your new season, there will still be distractions. There will still be things that try to pull your attention. There will still be situations that test your patience. But you must remember what you learned. Not everything deserves your energy. You must choose where your attention goes. You must choose what you engage with. Because your peace is not automatic, it is protected. And when you protect your peace, you protect your clarity. And when you protect your clarity, you protect your direction. The third thing, stay humble and connected. As things begin to improve in your life, as doors begin to open, as opportunities begin to come, you must not lose your connection with me. Because it is easy to seek me in difficulty, but forget to stay close in progress. And that is where many people fall. They pray for change, but once change comes, they stop leaning on me the same way. Do not do that. Stay connected. Stay grounded. Stay aware that everything you have is still being guided by me. Because your strength alone did not bring you here, and your strength alone will not sustain you here. Your connection with me is what will keep you steady. The fourth thing, remain consistent. Do not let success make you careless. Do not let progress make you relaxed in the wrong way. Because consistency is what turns a moment into a lifestyle. You did not grow by accident. You grew because you made intentional choices, and those choices must continue every day. Not perfectly, but faithfully, because consistency is what keeps you aligned. The fifth thing, stay open to growth. Just because you have reached a new level does not mean growth stops. There is always more to learn, more to understand, more to develop. And the moment you stop growing, you stop moving forward. So stay open, stay teachable, stay willing to evolve. Because your journey is not ending, it is expanding. There is more ahead of you, more purpose, more depth, more impact, and you are being prepared for all of it. So do not settle. Do not become comfortable in a way that limits your growth. Stay hungry for truth. Stay committed to becoming better, because that is how you continue to rise. And finally, remember this. Everything you have been through has equipped you. You are not stepping into this new season unprepared. You are stepping in with experience, with wisdom, with strength that was built in difficult moments, and that strength will carry you. So trust yourself. Trust what has been built inside you. Trust the process that brought you here. Because you are not the same person you were before. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more aligned. And you are ready. Ready not just to receive, but to sustain. If you are ready to protect and sustain what is coming into your life, type I will stay aligned and consistent in the comments. And if this message is helping you prepare for your new season, share it with someone who needs this guidance today. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal to you will change how you see your entire journey. You have been thinking that this season, this struggle, this growth was only about you, your healing, your breakthrough, your answers, your life. And yes, it includes you, but it is not only about you. Your story is bigger than you think. What I am doing in your life right now is not just for your benefit. It is also for the people who are watching you, the people who are connected to you, the people who will cross your path in the future. Because your life is going to speak, even when you are not saying anything. There are people around you right now, and you may not even realize it, who are observing how you handle pressure, how you respond to difficulty, how you carry yourself when things are uncertain. They may not say it, they may not show it, but they are watching. And what they see in you is planting something inside them. When you choose to stay calm, instead of reacting, you are showing them what peace looks like. When you choose to keep going instead of giving up, you are showing them what strength looks like. When you choose to trust, instead of falling into fear, you are showing them what faith looks like. And these things matter more than you realize, because there are people who are struggling quietly, people who feel lost, people who feel tired, people who are searching for something real, something steady, something they can believe in. And your life is becoming an example for them. Not a perfect example, but a real one, a human one, a lived one. And that is the most powerful kind, because people do not connect with perfection. They connect with authenticity. They connect with someone who has been through something and came out stronger. And that is who you are becoming. Your story is being built in a way that will carry weight, not because everything went perfectly, but because you stayed through what was difficult, because you grew through what was uncomfortable, because you trusted even when it was not easy. And that kind of story reaches people. It gives them hope. It gives them perspective. It gives them something to hold on to. There are people you have not even met yet who will need what you are going through right now. They will need your words, your understanding, your strength. And if you give up in this season, you will never see the impact you were meant to have. But if you continue, if you keep growing, if you keep trusting, you will become someone who can help others in ways you cannot even imagine yet. This is why your journey matters. Not just for where it leads you, but for who it allows you to become. Because who you become will influence others. You have also been wondering why certain things had to be so difficult, why the lessons were not easier, why the process took longer than expected. And part of the reason is this: depth is built through experience. You cannot guide someone through something you have never walked through. You cannot truly understand pain if you have never felt it. You cannot offer real encouragement if you have never needed it. And what I am building in you is depth, real understanding, real strength, real wisdom, the kind that cannot be learned from words alone, but must be lived. And that is what you are living right now. This is why your process matters so much. Because one day, someone will look at your life and see what is possible. They will see how you made it through. They will see how you changed. They will see how you grew. And it will give them the courage to keep going in their own life. You may never fully know how many people your story touches. You may never hear every person who was impacted. But the impact will be real. Because what I am doing in you is not small. It is meaningful. It is purposeful. It is designed to extend beyond you. So do not think your struggle has no value. Do not think your growth is only for you. Do not think your journey is ordinary. It is shaping something that will reach further than you can see right now. So keep going. Keep trusting. Keep becoming. Because your story is still being written. And it is not just being written for you, it is being written through you. And when the time comes, you will see how everything you went through had a purpose far greater than you understood. If you are ready to let your story become something that inspires others, type "My story has purpose" in the comments. And if this message helped you see your journey in a new way, share it with someone who needs this encouragement today. Stay with me, because this is personal now. You have been listening, learning, holding on to every word, but there is still something very specific sitting on your heart, something you have not fully released, something that keeps returning to your thoughts, something that feels heavier than everything else. You know exactly what it is. You do not need me to name it, because the moment I said this, it came into your mind. That situation, that concern, that unanswered question, that place where you feel the most uncertainty. I see it clearly, not just the surface of it, but every detail connected to it. I see what is worrying you. I see what you are afraid might happen. I see the outcomes you have been imagining, both good and bad. And I see how much energy it has been taking from you. But I need you to understand something right now. You have been carrying this as if the outcome depends entirely on you. And it does not. You have been trying to control it, trying to fix it, trying to figure out how it will resolve. And in doing that, you have been exhausting yourself because you are trying to manage something that is not fully in your hands. And that is where your peace has been slipping. So let me bring you back to truth. I am already involved in this situation. I am not just aware of it. I am working in it, even in ways you cannot see. There are things happening behind the scenes, conversations, decisions, shifts, timing. All of it is being aligned in ways you do not yet understand. And just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not happening. You have been focusing on what is visible, on what has not changed yet, on what feels delayed. But you are not seeing the full picture. Because if you could see what I see, you would not be anxious. You would not be afraid. You would not feel like everything is uncertain. You would feel calm. You would feel assured. You would know that things are already moving toward resolution. So I am asking you now, release this situation to me. Not partially, not temporarily, but fully. Stop holding on to it in your thoughts. Stop replaying it in your mind. Stop trying to predict what will happen, because your constant thinking is not solving it. It is draining you. And I do not want you to carry something I am already handling. This does not mean you do nothing. It means you do your part and trust me with the rest. It means you stay present instead of being consumed by what you cannot control. It means you move forward without letting this situation hold you in place, because your life is still moving. Your growth is still happening. Your path is still unfolding, and this situation will not stop what I have planned for you. It may feel big right now. It may feel overwhelming, but it is not bigger than my ability to resolve it, and it is not permanent. There is an outcome already forming. There is a resolution already developing. There is a path already being created, and you will see it, not in the way you are trying to force, but in the way that aligns with what is best for you. And when it becomes clear, you will understand why things had to unfold this way. You will see what was being protected. You will see what was being arranged. You will see what was being prevented. And you will realize that even in this situation, I was guiding you. I was working for you. I was holding everything together. So do not let this one thing steal your peace. Do not let it consume your thoughts. Do not let it define your entire season. Because it is only one part of your story, not the whole story. And your story is still moving forward. So breathe, release it, trust me with it, and continue walking. Because what is ahead of you is not blocked. It is being prepared. And this situation will resolve in a way that will bring clarity, in a way that will bring peace, in a way that will move you forward, not hold you back. If you are ready to release this specific situation and trust me with it, type "I give it to you completely" in the comments. And if this message spoke directly to what you have been carrying, share it with someone who may need this same peace today. Stay right here, because this is where your understanding deepens. You have been asking about timing. You have been wondering, why not yet? Why does it feel like things are taking longer than expected? Why does it seem like everything is moving, but not arriving? And those questions have been sitting quietly in your heart, sometimes turning into frustration, sometimes into doubt, sometimes into silent disappointment. But I want to speak clearly to you about this. My timing is not random, and it is not delayed. It is precise. Everything that is happening in your life right now is connected to timing. Not just your timing, but the timing of everything around you. Because what I am bringing into your life is not isolated. It is connected to people, to places, to opportunities, to moments that must align together. And if even one piece is out of place, the fullness of what is meant for you cannot arrive the way it should. This is why waiting exists. Not to hold you back, but to bring everything into alignment. You have been looking at time as something that is working against you. You feel like time is passing and nothing is happening. But what you cannot see is that time is actually working for you. Things are being prepared. Details are being arranged. Paths are being cleared. And all of this takes time. You have also been asking for things that are not small. You have been asking for change that will affect your future, your stability, your peace, your direction. And things of that level require preparation. They require alignment. They require the right moment. Because if they come too early, they will not hold. And if they come too late, they will not feel right. But when they come at the right time, everything fits. Everything flows. Everything makes sense. That is the kind of timing I am working with in your life. Not rushed, not delayed, but right. There is also something else you must understand. While you are waiting for things to come together, things are also being worked out within you. Your patience is being strengthened. Your trust is being deepened. Your understanding is being expanded. And these things are not separate from your breakthrough. They are part of it. Because when everything finally aligns, you will not only step into something new, you will step into it as someone who is ready. Ready to handle it. Ready to sustain it, ready to appreciate it. And that readiness is what makes the difference between temporary change and lasting transformation. You have seen people receive things quickly and lose them just as quickly. You have seen opportunities come and then disappear. You have seen progress happen and then collapse. And part of the reason is this. They received something they were not fully prepared to sustain. But that is not what I am doing with you. I am not rushing you into something that will not last. I am building something that will remain, and that requires time. So stop fighting the timing. Stop questioning every delay. Stop feeling like you are behind. Because you are not behind. You are in process. And process always takes time. But process always leads somewhere. You are not waiting for something uncertain. You are moving towards something prepared. And when it arrives, you will not question it. You will not doubt it. You will not feel confused about it. You will recognize it, because everything inside you and everything around you will align, and in that moment, you will understand. You will see why things had to unfold the way they did. You will see why certain doors closed. You will see why certain delays happened. You will see why certain paths did not work out. And instead of frustration, you will feel peace, because you will realize nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was out of control. It was all leading here. So trust the timing. Even when you do not understand it. Even when it feels slow. Even when it feels uncertain. Because what is being prepared for you is worth the wait. And it is coming at the right time. Not a moment too early. Not a moment too late. But exactly when it should. If you are choosing to trust my timing, instead of questioning it, type "I trust your timing completely" in the comments. And if this message is helping you stay patient and peaceful in this season, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. And if these words are bringing clarity and strength into your life, and you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Come closer again, because what I am about to tell you is something you must not overlook. You have been focusing on your situation, on what is happening around you, on what is changing and what is not. But there is something more powerful taking place that you cannot see with your eyes. Your faith is shaping your future. Every moment you chose to trust, instead of give up. Every time you kept going when it would have been easier to stop. Every time you held on even when you felt weak. Those moments are not small. They are building something. They are forming something ahead of you. You may think that nothing is happening when you choose faith over fear, but something is always happening. Because faith is not just a feeling, it is a force. It moves things. It aligns things. It opens doors that cannot be opened any other way. And you have been walking in it, even when it was difficult, even when it did not feel strong, even when it felt like you were just barely holding on. But even that was enough. Because faith is not measured by how strong it looks. It is measured by the fact that you did not let go. And you did not let go. You stayed. You believed. You kept moving forward, even when the path was not clear. And that matters more than you realize. Because what you are doing now is affecting what you will walk into later. There are things being set into motion because of your faith, opportunities being aligned, connections being prepared, paths being opened. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because you chose to trust me in the middle of imperfection. And that kind of faith changes things. You have also been wondering if your efforts are seen, if your prayers are heard, if your consistency matters. And I want you to hear this clearly. Nothing you have done in faith has been ignored. Not one moment, not one prayer, not one decision. I have seen all of it, and I have been working with it. There is no wasted faith. There is no unnoticed trust. There is no unseen effort when it is done in connection with me. Everything is accounted for. Everything is being used. Everything is contributing to what is ahead of you. So do not think that your faith is empty. Do not think that your prayers are disappearing into silence. Do not think that your consistency is not producing anything. It is. Even now, there is something else happening through your faith. You are becoming more stable, less shaken by circumstances, less controlled by emotions, less influenced by fear. And this stability is powerful. Because it means your life is no longer controlled by what happens around you, but grounded in something deeper. Grounded in me. And that kind of foundation changes everything. You will not fall apart the way you used to. You will not be easily discouraged the way you once were. You will not lose direction every time something unexpected happens, because you are becoming rooted, and rooted people do not break easily. They stand. They remain, they continue, and that is who you are becoming. There is also a reward connected to your faith, not just in what you receive, but in who you become, because the person you are becoming through this process is stronger than anything you have been before, more aware, more grounded, more aligned, and this version of you will carry you further than you can imagine. You are not just being prepared for a moment, you are being prepared for a life that reflects growth, a life that reflects stability, a life that reflects purpose. And your faith is the foundation of that life. So do not stop now. Do not lose focus now. Do not let doubt take over now, because you are too close, closer than you think. And what is ahead of you is already responding to the faith you are showing right now. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Because everything you are doing in this season is shaping what you will walk into next. And what you will walk into will not look like where you have been. It will look like growth. It will look like alignment. It will look like answered prayers. And you will know that your faith was not in vain. If you believe your faith is shaping something greater in your future, type, "My faith is building my future," in the comments. And if this message is strengthening your belief in this season, share it with someone who needs this encouragement today. This is the moment where everything becomes clear, if you are willing to receive it. You have walked through understanding. You have seen what I am doing. You have felt the changes inside you. You have held on through the waiting. But now, there is one final shift I need you to make. One decision, one inner alignment, one change that will unlock everything you have been preparing for. And it is this: you must fully let go of control. Not partially, not temporarily, but completely. Because as long as you are still trying to control the outcome, you are blocking the flow of what I am trying to bring into your life. This is where many people stop. They trust me with words, but hold on to control in their hearts. They say they believe, but still try to manage everything themselves. They want the result, but are afraid to release the process. And this creates resistance, because what I am doing in your life cannot fully move until you stop trying to control it. I know why you hold on. It feels safer. It feels like if you keep thinking about it, planning it, managing it, you will somehow make it happen faster or prevent something from going wrong. But control is not protection. It is pressure. And that pressure is what has been exhausting you. You were never meant to carry that weight. You were never meant to figure everything out. You were never meant to force your way into what I have already prepared for you. You were meant to trust, fully, freely, without holding back. And this is your moment to do that, to release the need to know every detail, to release the need to predict every outcome, to release the need to control how and when everything will happen, and instead to rest in the truth that I am already handling it. Because I am, even now, things are moving. Things are aligning, things are opening, and the only thing that can disrupt your peace in this moment is your attempt to control what is already in motion. So let it go, breathe, and trust me. There is also something else connected to this shift. You must move from fear into expectation. You have been expecting things to go wrong, expecting delays, expecting disappointment. And even when you try to stay positive, there is still a part of you waiting for something to fail. But that is not the mindset that will carry you into your next season. You must begin to expect good, not based on what you see, but based on who I am. Because I do not lead you into something to harm you. I lead you into something to grow you, to bless you, to align you. So change your expectation. Stop preparing for the worst. Start believing for what is right. Start waking up with the thought, something is aligning for me today. Something is moving forward for me today. Something is opening for me today. Because that is the truth. And when your expectation shifts, your energy shifts, your focus shifts, your decisions shift, and you begin to walk differently. You walk with confidence, you walk with peace, you walk with trust. And that is the posture that receives what is coming. You also need to understand this. Letting go does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part without carrying what is not yours. It means showing up, but not stressing. It means moving forward, but not forcing. It means trusting, even when you do not fully see. This is the balance. And once you find it, everything begins to feel different, lighter, clearer, more aligned. Because you are no longer fighting the process, you are flowing with it. And that is where everything begins to open. This is your shift. This is your moment. This is the point where everything you have learned becomes real. So make the decision now. I will not control what I am meant to trust. I will not carry what I am meant to release. I will not fear what is already in your hands. And once you make that decision, you will feel it. A release, a peace, a clarity that was not there before. And that is how you will know you are aligned, you are ready, you are stepping into what is already prepared for you. If you are ready to fully let go and trust completely, type, I release control and choose trust in the comments. And if this message helped you make this shift in your heart, share it with someone who needs this breakthrough today. This is the moment. Receive this with your whole heart. You have listened. You have stayed. You have allowed these words to reach deeper than the surface. And now, I am not just explaining things to you anymore. I am declaring something over your life. This is not just encouragement. This is direction. This is not just comfort. This is activation, because you have reached a point where understanding must turn into receiving. And I am telling you now, things are about to shift. not because of chance, not because of luck, but because the process you have been walking through is reaching its point of alignment. You are not in the same place you were before. Even if your surroundings look similar, you are different. Your thinking is different. Your heart is different. Your awareness is different. And that internal change is what opens the door for external change. This is how it works. You do not step into something new as the same person. You step into it as someone who has been prepared. And you have been prepared. Through the waiting, through the questions, through the moments you wanted to give up but didn't, through the times you chose to trust even when it was hard. All of that has brought you here, to this point, this shift. And now, things will begin to move. You will start to notice changes. Small at first, subtle, but clear. Things that once felt blocked will begin to open. Things that once felt confusing will begin to make sense. Things that once felt distant will begin to come closer. And you will recognize it. Because it will not feel forced. It will feel aligned. There will be a sense of rightness, a sense that this is how it was always meant to happen. And in that moment, you will understand why nothing worked out before. You will see why certain doors stayed closed, why certain paths did not lead anywhere, why certain things had to end, because they were not part of this alignment. And what is coming now is, there is something specific being arranged for you. Something that matches who you have become. Something that fits the growth you have gone through. Something that will not require you to struggle the same way. Because it is connected to your alignment, not your effort alone. This does not mean there will be no challenges. But it means the challenges will not break you. They will build you. Because you are stronger now, more aware, more grounded, and more connected to me. This is not the same version of you anymore. And because you are different, your life will begin to reflect that difference. There are doors that are already prepared, connections that are already forming, opportunities that are already moving closer. And they are not random. They are aligned. They are intentional. They are part of what has been prepared for you. So when they appear, do not hesitate, do not doubt, do not question yourself the way you used to. Step forward. With confidence, with trust, with the understanding that you are ready. Because you are, you have also been wondering, how will I know when it happens? You will know, not because someone tells you, but because you will feel it. A clarity, a peace, a certainty that does not need explanation. And that is how you will recognize alignment, not confusion, not pressure, not fear, but peace. And that peace will guide you, so stay open, stay ready, stay aligned with what I have been showing you. Because this is not the end of your journey. This is the beginning of something new, something better, something more stable, something more true to who you are becoming. And you are stepping into it right now. If you receive this declaration over your life, type, "I receive what is coming," in the comments. And if this message filled you with hope and expectation, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Be still again and feel this, not just hear it. Because what I am about to speak is not only about what will happen, it is about how your life will begin to feel. You have spent so much time in tension, thinking, waiting, wondering, holding things together, trying to stay strong even when you felt tired inside. And that kind of living slowly drains your spirit. It makes even simple things feel heavy. It makes peace feel distant. It makes rest feel temporary. But the season you are stepping into will feel different. Not perfect, but different in a way that your soul will recognize. One of the first things you will experience is this: a deep sense of peace. Not the kind that comes and goes. Not the kind that depends on everything being right, but a steady peace. A quiet knowing that you are okay, that things are working out, that you are no longer fighting everything on your own. This peace will not be loud. It will not demand attention, but it will remain, and it will begin to shape how you live. You will start to respond differently. You will not react to everything the same way. You will not feel the need to control every outcome. You will not feel overwhelmed by every uncertainty, because something inside you will be settled, and that changes everything. You will also begin to feel lighter, not because all your responsibilities disappear, but because the weight you are carrying inside will no longer be there. The constant pressure, the overthinking, the emotional heaviness, it will begin to lift, and you will feel it in your thoughts, in your body, in your daily life. Things will feel easier to carry, easier to process, easier to move through, because you are no longer carrying everything alone. You will also notice joy will return in unexpected ways. Small moments will begin to feel meaningful again. Simple things will begin to make you smile. You will not need everything to be perfect to feel good. You will start to appreciate where you are, while still moving toward where you are going. And that balance, that ability to feel peace in the present and hope for the future at the same time, is something you have been missing, but it is coming back. You will also begin to feel more secure within yourself, not in a way that is based on external validation, but in a way that comes from within. You will trust your decisions more. You will feel more confident in your direction. You will not second-guess yourself the way you used to, because your connection with me has become stronger, and that connection brings clarity. You will also experience a sense of fulfillment that is not tied to constant achievement. You have spent so much time thinking that you need to reach a certain point to feel complete, to have certain things, to achieve certain goals. But fulfillment does not come from reaching a destination. It comes from alignment. And when you are aligned, you feel whole, even as you continue to grow. And that is what is coming into your life. Not just success, but fulfillment. Not just progress, but peace within that progress. Not just movement, but meaning in that movement. This is the difference between the life you are leaving behind and the life you are stepping into. You are not just moving into something new, you are moving into something deeper, something more stable, something more real. And once you experience it, you will not want to go back to the way things were, because you will realize this is what you were always moving toward. This is what all the growth was for. This is what all the waiting was preparing you to receive. So stay open, stay ready, stay aligned, because this peace, this lightness, this fulfillment, it is not far away. It is already forming, and you are stepping into it. If you are ready to receive this peace and fulfillment in your life, type, "I receive peace and fullness" in the comments. And if this message made you feel lighter and more hopeful, share it with someone who needs this encouragement today. Stay here just a little longer, because this is not an ending, this is a beginning. You have walked through every word, you have listened, you have felt something shift inside you. And now, I want to leave you with something that will stay with you, not just today, but in the days ahead. Because this journey you are on does not stop here. This moment is not the finish line. It is a turning point. You are not the same person who started listening. Something inside you has changed. Even if it feels small, even if you cannot fully explain it, it is real. And it matters. Because transformation does not always happen loudly. Sometimes it happens quietly, in a decision, in a realization, in a moment where you choose to see things differently. And that is what is happening right now. You are choosing differently. You are choosing trust over fear. You are choosing peace over pressure. You are choosing to move forward instead of staying stuck. And that choice will change your life. Not instantly, but steadily. Because the direction you choose today becomes the life you live tomorrow. So carry this with you. You are not alone. Not in your struggles. Not in your questions. Not in your waiting. I have been with you through every part of it. Every moment you felt uncertain. Every time you felt tired. Every thought you didn't speak out loud. I was there. And I am still here. I have not left you. I have not forgotten you. I have not changed my mind about you. What I promised still stands. What I am doing is still in motion. What is coming is still prepared. So when doubt tries to return, remember this moment. When fear tries to speak, come back to this truth. When you feel uncertain again, remind yourself, I am still being guided. I am still being led. I am still moving forward even if I cannot see everything yet, because that is the truth. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to know every step. You do not need to control every outcome. You only need to keep walking with me, step by step, day by day, trusting that I am leading you, even when the path is not fully visible. There will be days ahead where you feel strong, and there will be days where you feel tired again. There will be moments where everything feels clear, and moments where questions return. That is part of the journey. But what matters is this. You do not stop. You do not give up. You do not go back to the mindset that kept you stuck. You keep moving. You keep trusting. You keep aligning yourself with what you now understand, because every step forward matters. Every decision to trust matters. Every moment you choose peace matters. And over time, those moments will build a life that looks completely different from where you started. A life of clarity, a life of stability, a life of peace, a life that reflects everything you have been growing into. And one day, you will look back at this season, this moment, this version of yourself, and you will see how far you have come. You will see how much you have grown. You will see how everything you went through was leading you somewhere better. And you will be grateful, not just for what you received, but for who you became. So walk forward with confidence, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you are being led. Not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the one who does. And remember, you are going to come through this. You are going to step into something greater. You are going to experience peace in ways you have not before. And this is only the beginning. If you have stayed until the end, and you are choosing to carry this truth into your life, type, "I will walk in trust every day" in the comments. And if this message has truly touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs this light right now. And if these words have brought value into your life, and you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Keep this message in your heart. Come back to it when you need strength. And remember, I am with you, always.